So, and there we are. I think we are live. So, welcome to this live stream. I am really excited to have you here. I just wanted to introduce the theme of these 2 months until the mid of September is going to be into the universe. So that's what I'm going to be painting on in the live streams and also in general. So it's basically just the universe theme, meaning that it's planets, nebulas, galaxies, the northern lights, stars, anything like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. And to begin with, I'm just going to paint a little bit on this that I prepared for this stream. And what I thought be fun afterwards, in perhaps half an hour when more people have joined and so on, what I like to do in these streams is to basically have you tell me what to paint and then I paint it, and it creates a kind of a synergy. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So that's what I thought I was going to do here. And so I'm just going to start with this one. But the plan is that once we finish that painting that we're going to create together in a little while, is that I'm going to continue to paint on that for these until mid-September, or start a new one. But those are going to then be lotted out in a lottery at the very end. Not of this stream, but when we have the launch mid-September. Let me just check that everything is going well here. And that everything is live. I just have to always make sure. But I think it's going well. Everything seems fine, and it seems to be live. So I'm just going to start painting here a little bit. So what I did here is just to kind of create the background of the nebula. So for those of you who might not know, a nebula is, well, it's a lot of different things. It's basically a cloud of gas. It can be from an exploding star. It can be from, I suppose it could be from the beginning of the universe. It's a cloud of gas that is lit up in different ways. And sometimes it's not lit up and you have a dark nebula. The most usual one that we kind of intuitively recognize is when a star explodes, it kind of releases a huge cloud of gas. Or it implodes and it kind of pushes it around, away from it. So a lot of the nebulas will have to do with stars, and that's where new stars are formed too. So the way to think about this, as far as I understand, I'm obviously not, and I'm not going to take you into a science lecture here. I don't really understand the science of it, but I need to understand it well enough to be able to paint it. And as far as I understand, is that they're lit up by the stars, and sometimes from within if they're hit with a lot of light and energy from the surrounding stars. So that's kind of what I'm going by. Oh, let's see here. So here I've already put the stars around on the painting. And I'm just gonna go, so I always paint, and I keep talking about this ad nauseum. I always paint from imagination and memories. I'm not looking at any photo here, which is also why it's so fun to afterwards start to paint with everyone, with you guys. Hi Luna, welcome to the stream. Oh, this is nice, you guys are starting to join me here. Yeah, I missed the streams too, and I really hope that everything is going well here, that you can hear me properly and you can see me well. And if everything works, we're going to do this a lot more from now on. I really love these streams, and I love the community that we're building here. No. Welcome to the stream. So no, we're going to do suggestions about the painting. But first I'm just going to start with this nebula and paint a little bit here. So I want one star here to be kind of the main part of the nebula. And then we have different stars lighting up different kinds, but this is kind of the main one. And as I was saying, I always paint from imagination and memory, so I kind of have to have something to go off of. So I have to kind of start to imagine something, and then it's possible to paint it. And with the nebulas, it's been a lot of fun. I thought you stream on Sunday usually. Well, I was going to do kind of a regular stream and always do it on Sundays, and I've realized I don't really work like that. I tried, but what I'm going to do is that these streams are going to be around the weekend, usually. I'm going to stop making promises. I'm going to try to keep them so that it's possible to see them, and I'm going to try to announce them 24 to 12 hours beforehand. But that's all I can promise, because I'm realizing I'm just not that... I like routine, but I need a little bit of flexibility. Hi Jennifer, welcome to the stream. I'm so glad that you could join. I see that you are traveling around everywhere, and Jennifer was saying that. And do check out Jennifer Sternlied's YouTube channel too. She is house sitting and traveling around France and England, and it's really nice to follow along. So I'm glad that you could join us here. You were saying that it was going to be a little bit difficult, so I'm glad that you could join us. Jennifer is an integral part of our little community here that we're building. So yeah, it's been such, I really wanted to get back to these streams. Oh, you're very welcome, Jennifer. So let's have a really strong star in the middle. And that, I think, is going to be the center point of the nebula. And then obviously we can do all kinds of things. I just need something to start off of. Lots of different things that I've been trying to work on. I've been doing some candle glasses too, where we can do a stream with candle glasses at some other point, and I'll tell you about that. But yeah, the universe theme is really throwing up its own challenges. And you have to think so differently than with traditional landscapes. But I love that with these themes. It's always the challenge. And it's perfect to have this theme now. I was going to do it midsummer, but it was just a completely wrong time for that. And now the first stars are coming out. Oh, that is wonderful, Luna. So this is the perfect as a teenager, I was obsessed with you. Oh, brilliant, Luna. Then you can tell us a lot when we... you can comment with suggestions now, too. This is not the painting we're going to paint together, but you can, of course, suggest things. And when we are all ready, I suggest in half an hour or something like that, we start painting the painting that we're going to paint together. And then you can come with all kinds of suggestions. We can already start thinking about that. I wanted to paint not just nebulas, I've kind of gotten into that, but all kinds of different things. I mean, we can have trees going here. I thought of kind of mixing things a little bit. Speaking of which, I took a week language learning. All right, family event. I'm trying to understand the Erie ruling. I'm going to put the chat so that I have it right in front of me here. That's easier. Trying to understand the... Oh, I am not a Nerul. But learning Swedish for the past few years made things a lot easier. I don't know if Swedish is easier than Norwegian. It might be. I am not one for grammar, so I can't help you there. It's amazing how you can create light in the dark. Oh, yes. The glowing part. I love things that glow. Absolutely. And the glow in the dark is brilliant too. Maybe we should have a stream with that, but I'm not sure how the setup is going to work. Yes, Luna, me too. It's going to be fun, so we can already start to think about what we should paint together. Of course, it's going to be universe related. And naturally, we can just start off with something and go in completely different directions. I was going to start with kind of planets. What I thought we might do is some kind of a nebula, but a landscape as well. And then, of course, you guys are going to be the deciding factor. I can come with suggestions for the beginning, and then, of course, you guys have to take it over. I've ever since I did the fantasy theme last year, I've just loved painting things that glow. I never realized how much fun that could be until I did the fantasy theme. And I mean, it was quite difficult. I remember with the fantasy theme, I just had to learn how to make things glow at all. But once you kind of get a hang of it, it's just really addictive and so much fun. What about an... Let's see, can I expand my chat? Oh, yes. What about an alien landscape in the... Well, of course. I mean, we can do any kind of... that is very, very true. We can, of course, do the land... I haven't... See, this is why we do live streams. I hadn't even considered that. Of course, we can do a landscape, an alien landscape of a different planet, or of a... Well, I think of a planet, but I mean, it can be a gaseous... It can be anything. What I don't want to do, I don't want to invent a fictive... Well, now that I'm thinking about that, of course we could. I mean, especially for the painting we're painting together, I think we can even break any rules, but that doesn't have to be a rule. We could paint... I mean, there are so many different things. Of course, we can paint... I'm trying to think of what kind of alien planets there could be. There could be all kinds of things. I mean, I know there are northern lights, for instance, in some planets that glow red, because they have other gases in the atmosphere. More time. Space movies, because I'm watching Dark. Oh, Dark. I haven't seen that. I have to watch much more space movies now that I have this theme. And another planet, of course. So we can do a lot of things. Your own zodiac signs. Well, well, of course we can do that. I mean, I definitely, I do like kind of keeping a little bit to what I know already and so on, but there are a billion stars in the universe, so we're basically free to do whatever we want in this theme, because there's very few things that can't exist. I'm going to try to keep with rules that mean that it could exist somewhere, but that rule in terms of the theme universe could be almost anything. I was at the beach with boulders that looked alien-like. Oh, yeah, we can do things like that, of course. I'm trying to think of all the different things we can do. There are lots and lots and lots of different things. I think, well, of course, you guys are going to be the deciding factor. So what I suggest is we can start soon. I have this painting, which is just a dark painting with a light blue into it, which is going to be a lot easier to start off of. So I'm just going to begin with that, and then you guys can come with suggestions. So we don't have to begin with a completely wet in wet, which is going to be a nightmare to continue on. And then we can go off of that. So I think we're just going to use that one, and then we can paint in anything at all into it. I don't think I can upload. No, sadly, I don't think you can. What did you say? A beach with boulders. No, you'll have to describe them. But I think that's a part of the the challenge that we have here is I can't look up things either. So you'll have to describe it. I'll have to try to visualize it, and then we'll create it together. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Yes, there are absolutely infinite possibilities. Martian-looking dunes. Ooh, or even an ocean. It's space, and anything, absolutely, anything is absolutely possible. I mean, should we just start? I can continue a little bit on this one and we can have some more people join, or let me know in the chat if we just want to start with the blue one and you can start coming with suggestions. And we can get going of the one that we're going to create together. Or we can continue on this one and create that one together. But I've already gotten quite far here and it feels like I have put my hands too much into this, I think. And it's not truly going to be a collaboration. So I think we'll do the other one. So let me know when you guys are ready to start off with our painting. And as I said, for those of you who, if you weren't here at the beginning, the painting that we are creating together here, once the launch is in mid-September, we are going to do a live stream like this on that weekend. And we're going to do a lottery like we did a few months ago. And maybe we'll have 1 or 2 paintings painted by then. And whoever wins that lottery is going to get that painting for free. So, and there aren't that many people in the live stream. So winning a painting is actually not that impossible. So you are absolutely participating in something that is going to go to one of you. Do you ever use a toothbrush to spray stars? That is a very good tip for people who paint stars to do. Or you could just use the brush and go like this. But I like to have control over what the stars are. So I always individually put the stars down on my canvas. It's time consuming, and often the toothbrush method can look really, really good, and it can look just as good. But I like to have the control, so I plot every individual one. So looking forward to the lottery again. Yes, that's going to be fun. And let's see, I mean, maybe we can manage to get more than one painting finished by then, but we'll have to see. Oh, thank you, Leah. Yeah, I really enjoy these, the purple and so on. I'm going to try not to break that. I really, really enjoy these colors. I prefer being in control. Yeah, it's something about that. And with the star spraying thing, sometimes you get a little smudge and so on. You can, of course, then go over each individual star. So what you could do is you can just spray it and then you can go over them, as long as the paint you use isn't too quick drying. But yeah, I absolutely prefer to just be in control of it. Let's see. So what we could do, of course, here. Well, the thing is that we should probably just start to paint together, yes? I mean, I really do like the colors and everything on this painting. But that's not what we're going to do here. We are going to, let's see, can I... The problem is that I just have this loose, so I need something. I didn't plan this completely through, obviously. I mean, let's just do it like this. Hopefully I'm not going to destroy anything. All right, so you guys are in control. This is your painting, and I'm just going to follow suggestions. If they're too extreme, I might ignore some, but I'm going to follow your suggestions. So if there are no suggestions coming, I'm just going to paint whatever comes to mind for me. And once suggestions come in, I'm then going to switch and start following those. So go ahead with suggestions of what you think. And if nothing's coming in, I'm just going to start here. But I'm not going to do too much of my own ideas. I'm just going to continue of whatever I find is a natural thing to do. And then you guys come with any suggestions. So it just has to be... Okay, green. Very good. Green planet in the background. Very good. Let's see. A green planet in the background. Big or small is the first thing. And I'm just going to get something round. And I need to know if it's going to be a big or a small planet. I usually cheat when I'm doing something completely round because it's really, really difficult. Did you hurt yourself? Yeah, that was on the ice during the winter and it's still not quite well. So I'm medium size. Very good. And it's not completely fine. Medium size is... I think this is medium size. So the way we're going to cheat here, but it's quite fine. It's just I don't want to do anything too quickly, so I do something to it again. Okay, a medium-sized green, so kind of an ice. What I'm imagining is kind of a ice gas planet, kind of a Uranus kind of a thing. What I like to do is I'm just going to put paint on top of something round. Quite a thick layer because I usually only get the chance to do this once. And then we can plop it. Should it be in the middle? Is the green planet the center of this painting? Please, water glittering in golden colors and a warm brownish red. Whoa. Ah, here. Okay, very good, Jennifer. We're going to do that. So we're going to have a summer to the side. Very good. Okay, so we're just going to plop it down here. There we are. Okay, so we have that. Jennifer, please, water glittering in golden colors. All right. What I usually do when you come with suggestions, especially when it goes quickly, golden colors. I actually have gold though. That is an acrylic paint, but I mean, screw it. You can do a little bit of acrylic on it. There is a little bit of gold that I have here. I'm just going to put it down on the palette and we can see if we want to use it or not. I'm going to put it here in the middle. I can mix it with the oil, but you can paint oil on top of it afterwards. Water glittering in golden colors and a warm brownish red ground. Let's do the brownish red ground. So the planet, we'll start the planet here, so we have quite a big sky. And the water we are going to, so I'm going to keep the this like so. So everything I'm not painting brown here is the water, and we'll have to make something goldish up here so that we can make that reflect the water. And of course, maybe it's not, maybe it's some kind of other liquid. And maybe we'll have a little bit, maybe it's far off in the background too. We have some large mountains. You guys can always change these things, but I'm just going to go off of it. Love your gold from the ceramics. Yeah, so it's a little bit like that. Of course, I can't paint with real gold here, sadly, but I can do something golden. I bought this gold when I was doing Julia's painting. I'll just do a little bit of gold into the painting here, and we'll see where we go with it. So we'll have some glittering gold here. It's not as easy for you guys to see the glittering gold, I think. I can see it really well. It really depends where you're looking for. Let's see if I do this. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. There we have a little bit of glittering gold. I'm going to do a little bit of... I'm not going to do too much yet. I'm just going to put it down here. And a little bit around the edges. Which probably means that we're going to have something golden up here. Let me remove what I did. You guys are so fast. There, we're just going to remove that. Something golden up here in the stars. And I'm going to do a little bit more work on our green planet, which we might want to have reflecting here as well. So there we have a little bit of gold in the water. We have a brown planet. Let's do the green planet. A green planet, and we have a a green planet, a brown planet, and we have a green one here. Yes, I know exactly what you mean, Luna. Okay, I have to be really, really careful here to stay with the roundness. If I destroy that, all of my nice work with the round form is gone. And it can always be really chaotic, a painting like this in the beginning. It's always possible to harmonize it later. I just have to not breathe. There, really, really round, wonderful. It's going to do a little bit of white on it so that we have it a little bit rounder. You can always decide kind of what it's going to look like and so on. Maybe it'll have bands, maybe there can be lots of different things. I'm just going to do it a little bit roundish for now. All right, should we maybe we can make some glow around it and everything, but let's have suggestions. Beautiful. Thank you, Misty. All right. Oh, and lots of people here. It's just a lot of fun. I really love this. Okay. Beautiful. A green of the planet should be in the water too. Yes, absolutely. Let's do that. So we'll have some gold and green water and a little bit of the brown from the reflections. It's already looking quite otherworldly. It's always something I love with these streams. When you guys come with suggestions, there are just things that I would never in a million years come up with myself that we kind of create here together. Ah, it looks absolutely haunting. Like so. All right. What might look great is some type of dome-shaped habitat on the planet, kind of like, well, no, we're going, oh, well, thank you, Mark. I like the suggestion, but we are going to follow my one rule, which means no animals and no human objects, meaning no alien humanoids objects either. So it's going to be only nature. We might do alien plants, I think that's fine. But I don't think any alien structures. But just keep coming with, I mean, we could do something that looks a little bit like that, which just isn't an actual structure. Would a red planet set up the contrast? Absolutely. Let's see. A red planet. If you guys don't want a red planet, you of course have to stop me quickly. Let's have a smaller red planet, perhaps. If you have a red planet here, for instance, smaller red planet, I'm just going to do that until anyone yells no. Let's see. Let's do a smaller red planet. A white or pale blue moon. Yes, absolutely, we can do that. Okay, so a red planet, a red golden planet. Small red, a little bit golden planet, and a white pale moon. I mean, fits really well in here in the middle. Let's have the pale moon be here. I'm just going to put something down just so I remember it, because it's already a little bit like that, and I'm going to work on that. But we'll just put the white moon in there. And then red planet, small red planet. So many planets. Absolutely. I'd love a planet that is so big that you can see like only the upper half of it. Okay, Leah, with a ring. Okay, like Saturn. All right. Okay, so we'll have, okay, very good. I'll do the red one up here then, and then we can have it kind of like there. We can have a planet that we can only see a part of it. And we'll do a ring. I have no idea if I know how to do a ring, but I will learn really, really quickly how to do a planet ring. I think it's a lot of fun. We'll just be completely chaotic. We have always managed so far to pull it all together and put some harmony into it afterwards. So I'm not too worried about that. The red planet, I'm just gonna put it up here. Oh. There, very good. And a big one. I need something bigger. Yes, okay. Ring. If you want it to be like that, what do I need? I need something pretty big. There we are. Okay, what color? We need a color for our... How do you make a ring? Well, we can do that with a brush. So what I need is colors. There. Not move anything. Yes. So let me know about the color. Maybe some yellowish thing. That of course can be a little bit golden, of course. So I'm thinking something a little bit yellowy. Kind of a Venus white yellow. Kind of, you know, these bands that you can see on Jupiter. We kind of, because I mean, if it's going to be a big planet, and if no one stops me, I'm just going to do this. So we're going to put it down like so. Just looking at Lena here in the window. Lena is building her van, and she was just... Lena says hello. Lena is waving hello to all of you. Orange would complement the blue. Very true. So let's have it. I'll do an orange ring. So what did you say, Leah? So big you can see only the upper half. So I'm thinking like that. And then if we have a ring, we would like to see... Ah, yes. So we need to see the upper half, and we want to see some parts of the ring. Okay. A little bit orangey, yellowy. I very quickly forgot that you guys could see that. I was thinking orange yellowish when you said it. Very good. Okay, orange yellowish. See if I can entice her to come here, but she's not looking. She's getting out wood and everything from the shed. She is working so busily at the van at the moment. And it's really turning out incredible. She's doing an amazing job on it. Very good. Maybe I managed to entice her to say hi. Okay. Not to forget our planet. Okay. Very scary always to do this. And is everything still live? Yes, very good. All right. Okay. Whew. I have to hold my breath a little bit here. And hopefully no paint out. Okay. There we are. Okay. Whew. Okay, and the ring, I'm just going to do a very soft ring around it at first. And there we have Lena. Hello. Come say hi.
Kann man sich gucken?
Diese. Ah, da siehst du dich auch.
Hello.
Hallo, Lena. Wie bist du? I was going to ask how she was. Ja, wie geht's? How are you?
Good. just building the van, a bit exhausted, a bit all over the place. But yeah, nice. Also, quite a lot of people.
Yeah,
actually.
absolutely. Jennifer, Luna,
Hello.
Dobry.
Hello. And you're painting a beautiful.
We are doing suggestions from everyone. So we have Jennifer's blue one. We have Leah's red one.
Ah, so planets, I see.
Yes. We have Leah's huge one. Jennifer's golden water. Hi.
It's very spacey. Hi, guys.
It's really cozy here right now.
Yeah, nice, nice. I will leave you to it.
It's nice to have you here.
Yes, just a short drawing.
Lena is so busy and she's using all of the light that she can.
Yeah, it's starting to get dark now, actually.
Yeah.
So I want to get a few things done.
Well, it was nice of you to stop by.
Yes, have fun.
My Deutsch isn't great, and people are working on their German. Okay, let's get back to our painting here. I'm just gonna do the color of the planet into the mountains, and then let's get the. Oh yeah, I have to make sure that I hold my breath here again. Do you still have midnight sun? No, and we actually never have proper midnight sun here. The sun goes down at around when does it go down? Kind of 12-ish, and it kind of dips around the horizon, and then it comes up at around 2. And now it's quickly getting darker again. So it's almost dark at night now, which is really, really nice actually. You have to be very, very careful here. Maybe a nebula in the distance. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see. So we have our orange planet, and I'm thinking bands. You know how Saturn and Jupiter look. We kind of you have these swirls in the gases and so on. So I'm thinking kind of a gas giant. But of course, if you have all the suggestions, I am happy to take those. And then we wanted a ring. Of course, you can have several rings. Something like that. We have this planet, and let's get the red one. Do you know what? I realized how funny it is that you and Lena have reversed. Absolutely. Well, we have it in a lot more places too. She does the taxes, for instance. So absolutely. I don't have a driver's license, so she drives. So we definitely have reverse roles. Let's see. Our red planet. Just have to hold my breath a little bit here. Jennifer wanted it a little bit golden too, so let's get some gold into it afterwards. It has to dry a little bit first though. Our moon, we can do in the same kind of size, I think. Let's see. Hi, Nat. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is really cool, and I'm so glad that so many of you are joining here. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, come with suggestions. We are fulfilling all of them. Let's see, maybe this is a good size. So what I'm thinking is that we'll just do a half moon, or maybe a nebula in the middle. Well, okay, the nebula. That's okay. I'm just going to paint out the moon here a little bit. We wanted to have a white moon. Should be like a half moon or something like that. There we are. Quite a big one. Maybe it's a little bit too big, but okay. That's, well, that's done now. It did not specify the size. But of course it could be a half one, because maybe this is this planet's moon and the other ones are other planets and so on. I mean, anything is possible. Let me know if this should be an actual moon here, inspired by our own, meaning that it's much closer and so you can have this kind of shading. Beautiful, look at it. Yes, yes, that was a really, really good idea, Leon. I think that is wonderful. Okay, nebula. Let's see. How should the nebula look? So we have the planets are obviously going to be in front, and we'll have a nebula. Let me know, what kind of color do you think? If you know something about nebulas, what kind of a nebula? Is it going to be kind of a dark cloud nebula? Is it going to be a planetary nebula? An exploding star, supernova? I would enjoy some distant extended cross light, white star, maybe along. Do you mean extended? Did you say stars or stars? There we are. Stars, white stars, maybe along the sides of the sky when you get to it. Distant extended. Do you mean just the stars with kind of the beams? If I take what you mean is that some distant, far off, white, bluish kind of stars? Distant extended cross light, white stars along the side of the sky. I think there are going to be small stars all over the place here. Let's just get the big things and background light first. I can put some dots down just so we know. So of course we're going to have hundreds and hundreds of stars in the background here, I think. So what we want, of course, is the feeling of looking deep, deep into space, I think. Rather than pinpoint light, they would be drawn out cross-shaped. Yes. What you mean is what happens when you have a lens. So you have the crosses, or you have with the different kind of lenses. I think with Hubble you have 4, and with James Webb you have the 6. Is this what you mean? I'm just going to make one. Let's see if this is what you mean. So I often do a little bit of both. So what I'll do, I can just have one of these here first. What I usually do is I can do one of them here. We'll do a dot. We smear the dot out so that we get some background light. Then we put a dot in the middle of that for the stars. And then we'll use a really, really thin brush and we create the lines. If this is not what you mean, you have to tell me. I'm just going to get one of my tinier ones. I have the absolutely smallest brush that I own. Well, it's not actually the smallest. I have even smaller ones, but this is the smallest one that is actually operational. Is this what you mean? Let me know if that's what you mean. Yes, okay. We will have many more of those. Absolutely. The nebula. Whew. We can have plenty of nebulas. Let's do something, if no one's going to say anything, I'm just going to start with a purple nebula. It's a color we don't have yet. And I'm just going to start with the background light for a purple nebula. A little bit like the one that we started with. Let's see if I have some better brush for this. This one, I think. We can have the background light first, and it'll be an exploding planetary nebula. It could be green, of course, but it can be a little bit of everything. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a light purple color off here. And we can start kind of imagining what has happened here. So I am imagining a little bit like the Orion nebula, kind of the exploding. So it's a star in the middle here has exploded, and it's pushing the cloud, a gas cloud, out. If you've seen the best one is probably not the crab, the crab nebula, I think, is one of those. And then in the middle here we can have the bluish. Is it the crab nebula? I'm not entirely sure which one it is. Let's see here. I should probably start remembering these different nebulas. And then here in the middle, it's exploded, and it's pushing everything out. So the star, it doesn't, maybe it hasn't, some of them either explode or they form, and that pushes the gas cloud out, and then they light it from within. I wanted to suggest the star exploding, but I thought it might be too much. I kept quiet. No, let's go all the way here. Let's just go absolutely all the way. So now we have a nebula, at least the beginning of one. Oh, what did I do here? Not good. So this is the beginning of a nebula. So we have the pushed space out around it, and it's lighting up its own gas cloud from within. Either it's kind of died and lost its shell, or it's just formed and it's kind of pushing out the different layers. Let's go bonkers. Yes, absolutely. I think so. I'm going to create quite a few stars here. We can do the lovely little pin points, but at first I'm just going to plop them down. I think stars are going to give us a lot more depth. And since the suggestion was stars, I am not just taking over here. Horsehead Nebula, Crab Nebula, Cat's Eye Nebula, and the Pillars of Creation. Yes, I was afraid you were going to suggest we make them all. But yes, those are the ones that I know too. Kind of the really famous ones. We should put different colors as reflections in the water. Yes, absolutely. And at the edge of the planet. We should definitely do that. And at the edge of the planet, I'm just going to do a little bit of that already. So we put, I like that idea. So we have white here. That's way too much, but that was the brush's mistake. I'm just going to put a little bit down already. So we'll have that. We have the red from that one, and we have the green here, and then we'll work with those later, but it's nice to already kind of have them there. And of course we're going to have a little bit of the purple. It's, of course, water reflections is always useful to do more towards the end, because you'd never know what you're going to add. But I'm just going to add a little bit of all of it now, so we have an idea. So here we have the nebula. And we have the red planet. We have the light from the moon. Naturally, we're going to get that into the water too. The gold we're going to have to explain somehow, but maybe some golden stars, for instance. The painting would be, well, it would be. Let's see. What kind of colors are you using for this? So we are using oil painting, except for the gold, which is acrylic or ink. Yeah, gold ink. Mark says, oh, just a correction there. Okay, I'm just going to plop down a few stars just while we have the time. Some, of course, are just going to be tiny little dots, and some are going to be more like that one. But it's nice to already create a little bit of depth, I think. You can always paint something on top of this. I always like it when I paint night paintings to have quite a few stars just to begin with. Kind of sets the mood, and it then just gets easier to imagine things. And I think already now, when the stars are coming in, it already creates a very different feeling. And we're creating absolutely our own little star signs here. This is very obviously not on Earth. I at least don't remember a night sky looking quite like this. Of course, this is a painting we're going to come back to. We don't have to finish it today. So we can absolutely go crazy and we can add things later. Lots and lots and lots of stars. I think that's... Just going to do the tiny ones first, and then we'll add a few of the bigger ones. And then we can come back to the planets and the ground and everything. We can paint lots of different things in still. Somehow I think the rising yellow planet is missing something. Maybe adding a little gold in some parts. It is all missing a lot of things. We can absolutely add in gold. So what I was thinking with the yellow one, and with all of these, is to add structure to the planet. With the big yellow one, I was thinking that it's a gas planet. So we're going to do, what I was thinking at least, are bands around it. So you kind of have these like swirls, and we can have different colors. So I can just show you a little bit of what I'm thinking. So you can have kind of these, if you've seen close-up photos of Saturn or Jupiter, you have bands of gases in different colors, and you have storms on the planet, and it creates these amazing structures around it. So something like this. We're going to come back to it and do more of those, but just so you have an idea of what I was thinking. Something like that. Can there be, let's see here, can there be some clouds with somehow gold on them? Maybe backlit so you don't see where the golden light comes from. They don't have to be big. We can absolutely do some clouds. All right. So what I think we might want to do, I'm just going to... Yeah, we can do something like that, Leah. clouds with gold on them. Of course we can. Let's see how we're going to do that. They could be backlit with the gold. Sorry about that. We can do them gray first and then have kind of some highlights in gold. I'm just kind of trying to think where they're gonna fit in. Sure, let's do some clouds. Okay, clouds with gold on them, maybe backlit, so you don't see where the, yes, absolutely, that's a very good idea. I am absolutely thinking hard. I'm thinking gray clouds, at least at first, and then we'll backlight them with gold, golden stripes, absolutely. The gold doesn't, yeah, we don't have to explain where it comes from. I think you're right there. A little bit of purple into them. Let's see, I love this brush. This is my favorite brush at the moment. It's a bamboo head stick, and it's for some reason it's one of the best quality brushes that I have. Really cheap, but sometimes you luck out, and it can kind of create this cloud shape for us. So they have to be a little bit lighter. They can't be black because the sky is a little bit too dark for that. Let's see. So, oh, this is scary. So I'm thinking we're doing a little bit more clouds. We have to explain them a little bit. Have a little cloud in front of our red planet. Maybe some of the gold actually comes from that planet. That might be nice. We wanted a little bit red of a gold planet. Like so. Maybe we'll have the cloud go a little bit into the painting like so. We could even have some northern lights. Just throwing it out there. It might be a bit too extreme though. I didn't want to come too much with my own suggestions here. I'm just gonna, let's see. We're definitely gonna have to make one painting throughout this theme. This is just way too much fun. Okay, I'm not gonna do too many clouds just yet. We can always add more. And then we're gonna do some tracers with gold. Something like this. I just like to explain it a bit more. Maybe we'll have some clouds going a bit like that. And then we'll add, I think the gold comes from the red planet. Might not be dry enough, but I'm just going to try to add a little bit of gold to the red planet and then get that gold. That is it's a quite an incredible suggestion, and let's see if we can't. I'm going to see if we can't make Jennifer's planet a little bit golden. It's Jennifer's, and I think it was a joint project, wasn't it? And of course that is a water soluble, so I am going to have to get a little bit of water. Just a second. There are golden oil paintings I just saw, so I should probably get some of those. This is actually an acrylic, meaning that I'm gonna have to try to mix and match a little bit. You should never really mix oil and acrylic, so don't do this at home. So we have our red and golden planet, and let's get a tracer here. Just gonna have to get the rest of the whatever was on it before away, and then there should be a list with the painting content. This is very true. Someone's gonna have to go through the chat and do that. Well, they should absolutely. We should have a list like that. I should probably have a list next to me to do that. There are a lot of things that we can do with these streams. Okay, let's get some gold and let's do some outlines. I actually did think of something we can do. I'll have to prepare it for the next stream, but we could do in these streams, we could do a weighted lottery, meaning that every time you are a part of one of these streams painting on this painting, I'll add your names to a bucket, meaning that the more often you're a part of the stream, the more probable it's going to be that you will be the one to win, because your name is going to be in the final lottery more times. So at the end of the stream, maybe we can do that, and I can get it out there, so I can start to get some of your names into or all of those of your names who want to be a part of the final lottery. That way, of course, you don't have to be there either. You could win the lottery even if you're not there. But let's see here. I'll have to think a little bit about that. Of course, I do want to entice you to be a part of the stream when we do the lottery, but maybe you can't be, and you'll be in such a long part of this process. Okay, Luna is a okay. I'll start that already. I have I do. I have the bucket, and I have this one, and I have, obviously I can just do it with the brush. And we can do that. I'll put that here. And these are the old names, we don't want those in there. Not this, I need a different one. Don't I have, just a second, I'm sorry about this, but I think my sound should carry with me, because I have a Chinese brush here, a filler brush, where I can write names in more easily. And in that way, we can already put some names in here. So what you do is write lottery and your name. Now, of course, if you win and you're not there, this is definitely going to create problems for me. Well, you're just going to have to watch the stream, and somehow I'm going to have to get it to you. Let's see. But let's do this at the end. We'll do this at the end of the stream. And I'll get your names and we'll add it. And if you have to, yeah, okay, never mind. If you write lottery, Lynn, I'm gonna have to get your name here though, on YouTube, so that I can find you. Lynn Hagedorn. So write your entire name that you want me to, so that I can know you. So, the first one. I think this is good. This is going to be more weighted towards those that have had the most to do with the painting. Jennifer. And I'll remind you guys every now and then. I will actually put these in afterwards. I'll have these in front of me so that I know everyone who's been here now. I'll just put these in front of me and we can look at them afterwards. Jennifer Sternen. Lied. Lottery Luna Light. Luna Light. There. Lynn, Luna, Jennifer, Lias. Momentary. I think it should definitely pay off to be a part of these streams a lot. Yeah, so keep that coming. And every time someone writes lottery and their name, I'll put it on my desk, and at the end we'll see if everyone's there, and I'll remind everyone again. So, just notice the camera's view is flipped right because you don't write with your... Yes, it is. I could probably change that. It's just an automatic thing. You're writing your names, the letters were flipped. Right, we don't usually see that there. I should probably flip that next time, but I'm not entirely sure how to do it. Well spotted though. So we have... Gold is not easy to see here on this camera, so I'm not sure if you can see it better like that, but of course it's just going to be something that you see sometimes. So it's going to depend a little bit on the camera angles, but trust me, there is a, you can see the gold really, really well from where I am. Maybe like so. But there's definitely gold in the sky here. I'm not entirely sure how it looks on the camera. I have to have it dimmed so that it doesn't break down. This is a painting quite unlike anything I've ever made before. Like so. That now explains the gold in the water, which is brilliant. If there are no more suggestions, I'll just continue with the stars until anything comes. So for anyone who's just joined, if you write your name and write lottery after it, I'm going to put down your names. I can just do it like this, and they will be put in my little jug here. And in September, when we launch the theme, and hopefully if this is finished, we're going to have a little lottery, and the one who gets picked is going to receive the painting for free, of course, and I'm going to send it. So you just send me your address and I'm going to send it to you. Already done it twice, which has been a lot of fun. Okay, I'm just going to start plopping down a few more stars. We can start as well with painting some stars that shine a bit more. This moon in the middle is definitely something, though, we have to do something about and figure out how it's going to look. Is it just going to be a moon? Is there anything more special to it? Is it actually... well, what is it? I think the suggestion was just a white moon, and I think that it is. If you're going to go over all of these planets and change them and do different things to them, let's see, I'm just going to make a few shining stars now. The way I do it is just like I did it here. Put down a little bit of paint and then drag it out. And it dries quite quickly. I'm using a Sikative here. Ines Dunbar, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. So we are doing our universe theme, and we're doing the painting where everyone is just suggesting. And for those of you, if there are anyone who's just joined, what we're doing here is that everyone in the stream, you are free to suggest anything at all, and I paint it. So all of this is from the suggestions of everyone who's in the stream, and that explains the wonderful variety in this painting. So just, you can come with all kinds of suggestions, and if we can work them in. I think we've done basically any suggestion, as long as it's not kind of buildings or anything like that. But most suggestions are possible. Of course, this is a planet somewhere in the universe, as long as it's kind of semi-plausible and it kind of follows the laws of physics. Semi. Oh, that's wonderful, Ines. Yeah, thank you for the mail as well. It was nice to see that you had your day trip to Röros. It's really wonderful there. Lena was at a Elden concert the day before yesterday. Lots of things going on in Röros now, so I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Could we add some grass around it? Of course we could. Absolutely. Grass around the water. What color? I mean, it's an alien planet. The grass could be any color at all, but I'm assuming you mean green. That of course means that we are going to have to start deciding how close we are. We're going to have to start deciding on the dimensions here. So I'm just going to start adding a little bit of green grass then around the water. And we're going to have to begin to make some decisions. So of course the question, we could have some trees. We can have, I mean, if we start to have plants, then this is obviously an alien planet with life on it. And of course we have to remember Jennifer's boulders. But Jennifer, you have to tell me a little bit how they should look before I start adding them. So I'm just going to start with some grass. I'm just going to smooth out the water here a bit. We want to add in some more colors later. So I just want it to be quite smooth now. Green if you want to keep traditional, or purple if you want to experiment. Well, then the first one to tell me. Visit. I think you mean wait. What exactly? Jennifer, you said you wanted some boulders, some kind of big stones or something. So those are the ones I meant. We can have purple grass. Just write green or purple. We can have both, of course. Write in the chat. My mind says green, but that's just because that's what we usually have. Yes, Ines. It definitely is. But it's a universe theme these months. So I am painting planets anyway, and nebulas and so on. So I said we're going to do a suggestion stream, but it has to be the universe. And that's what we're doing. Let's see, can you actually see the... that doesn't matter. Yeah, so write if you want it to be purple or green. I'm just gonna start with some soft greens, unless someone writes anything else. We can always have purple grass. I am not going to start. You guys have to tell me. Tell me if it's going to be purple or green, and I'm going to do a little bit work on the landscape meanwhile. Just going to get some orange yellow light and do a little bit of work on the landscape first. Does this painting already have a name? No, it does not have a name, so you're more than welcome to suggest a name. We can do a little bit of casting around, and we can always write down a name here. It can also be a working title, and we can decide more eventually. I'd rather go with green. I'm scared of experimenting. Okay, we'll do green first, and then we'll see. We've already done quite a bit of experimenting. Oh, Lynn, you're gonna do suggestions with names. Really big, with smooth edges and dark carvings made from the force of water and wind. Okay, so I have to... Really big, smooth edges, and carvings made from water. All right, I have an idea. Let's. I'm just gonna get a little bit of the some color down onto the landscape first. Then I'll add a little bit of grass, and then we'll add those boulders. I have an idea of how we can do them. I have an idea. I hope that's what you envision, and we'll see. And you can always, of course, just stop me and tell me if I'm doing it wrong, and we'll retry it and do it right. The edges. Oh wow, that's wonderful. Force and organically, all organically same, almost looking alive, like inhabited by spirits. The edges shimmering in gold. That is beautiful. All right, I'll just do one of them first, and you can tell me if that's correct. So I'm just going to do the background a little bit lighter. Because if you want kind of dark obsidian stones, I need it to be a little bit lighter in the background here. So we'll just do a little bit, something like that, and we'll do a little bit of green, of Luna's green grass. Just going to do the color of the grass first, and then we'll do the shape of the grass later. We haven't really decided how far away we are here. So I think these mountains, of course, are going to be quite far away. So we'll just do a line so that we'll just move everything further away. We can do a little bit of the grass. Is this destroyed? No, this works. Do a little bit of the shape of the grass. We'll just do a little bit of this. So we have kind of we know that it's grass. That should kind of explain how it looks further down. There we are. And the nice thing now is that it all kind of, it gets depth. So with these lines, we have more depth into it. And then I'm really, really looking forward to making one of these boulders, Jennifer. Just need the background here. It's what I saw yesterday. Let's see. Okay. Black, yes. Really big, smooth as dark carvings inside. Really big. I was thinking if it's going to be golden shimmering light, I'm kind of what I'm imagining. Let's see if we have a stone here. I'm thinking that we're quite far away. So we're looking to quite an open, quite a big landscape. So here we have the first stone. What I'm imagining is that the wind has kind of bitten in to it. And we get these rounded off shapes. So maybe we'll have something like this, and then the wind has bitten in to the stone. Not black. Oh. The shadows have to be dark. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, these are just the shadows. Gray then, gray. Light gray like the clouds. The shadows have to be black. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's remove these and try this again. I'm gonna have to need a few starts to get this right. All right. Brown. Can have a dark brownish purpley kind of a thing. Light gray is fine too. Light gray might be easier. I was gonna see. All right, I'm trying to imagine how these might look. Let's get a little bit of that depth here again. All right, we can do a stone quite a lot closer first. Let's see. So we'll do the light first. really big, smooth edges and dark carvings made from the forest. I think these are kind of the round things then. This is really definitely something I've never done. Dark gray shadows in them. All right. I'm just going to make it really light first. So we have a big stone, like so. I'll make a few of them. And a few smaller ones, just so we know it's big. And then we'll have dark gray shadows. Dark gray shadows, at times looking like eyes and open mouth. All right, okay. Yeah. Let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to put down some stones first. And then we can start to do the shadows. And hopefully that's going to be the way we want it. Chat is all Jennifer now. Okay. Dark gray shadows. One can be in the water. Very good. Let's get one in the water. Sticking out like a turtle's back. Yes, it's going to be. Well, we'll manage. We'll manage. Sticking out like a turtle's back, and then we can have some waves kind of around it, but probably different colors. I'm just going to make a little line just so we know that it's in the water. You can have like a few of these. And then let's try to do some of those shadows. In your fantasy theme, I loved how the flowers you painted were glowing. Yeah, I really like that too. And I mean, we can do that in this theme as well. There is no reason we can't. So I think the universe theme can definitely kind of vie into a fantasy theme too. No, that's very good. It's these are your stones, Jennifer. You definitely are very much allowed to fill the chat. Please. I need your directions. It's very good. Don't apologize for that. Okay, like mouths. Okay, so at least just so we know that it's the shadow, I'm just going to make the shadow of the stone here first. So that we can establish that it's actually that's the color of the shadow. And then we'll make the different strange little shapes and so on. Now, if you're watching this later, these names for the lottery is just for those that are in the live stream and are participating here, just so that's clear. Let's see. So now that we have the shadows, the stones are a little bit more part of the landscape, I think. It's very important. They shouldn't be floating. So something like this. And now for the really difficult part. Okay. Whew. And this is going to be the most insane landscape I've ever painted. But it's a lot of fun. My God. Okay. We can always make glowing flowers here too. This we can do anything we want to in this landscape. It's going to have to hang on your wall. Let's see. Okay. Jennifer said, they can look a little bit like mouths and kind of round. Yes, I agree. I agree. Glowing flowers with the Lynn, that is brilliant. Yes, we can definitely do that. I would have to have a setup for the next time. And it's getting dark enough now, but I think maybe in two weeks' time it's going to be dark enough at around 10, and I'm gonna have to have a lamp with my dark light, and we can add some luminous paint into this, definitely. Like a half open mouth. All right. So I'm just gonna paint in different. You can always see different things here, and let me know, Jennifer and everyone, different shapes and so on. I suppose what we could do is we could do a bigger stone in the foreground, but for now I think this is good. So, for instance, like something like that. I just have to try to explain it. So this is kind of a hole in the stone. Let me know, Jennifer, if this is what you envision. I am learning a lot here. I can always zoom closer, but I kind of like the setup. Maybe Jennifer means something like trolls could be rock. No, I think the way it's smoothed out with the water, I think I have an idea, but let me know if this actually looks the way that you think. So this is definitely possible. I mean, Jennifer saw it yesterday. So it's not something that isn't possible. It's just a very interesting kind of natural phenomena having shaped them. And it could be sandstorms and anything to shape rocks in this way. I am watching on my cell phone. I can't really see, but it seems right. Very good, Jennifer. I hope this is somewhat right anyway. They have definitely an alien look to them, these stones. And we can always continue painting on them and doing crazy things. No matter how crazy it gets, you won't have to worry about selling it. Yes, that is true. But the crazy thing is, though, what I've often found is that I can usually tell when something is really well done and I can sell it and someone might buy it. Then there are things that I think are quite kind of well done, but might not be the very special or really excellent. And sometimes that is in the shop much longer than something that I think is crazy and strange and that is never going to sell. Sometimes that sells first. Anytime, basically, I've made something that is crazy and strange, that always sells. There's always someone who thinks, yes, that. This looks completely nuts, this stone. Let me know if it's too weird. We can always change it. But I'm going to keep it for now. I mean, it's an alien planet, and we want kind of weird and wonderful things going on here. We can always come back to these stones. I think we have kind of mainly established their weirdness here. They look very alien, to me at least. And let me know if there's a name, Lynn, or anyone. I have this one here, is that we can write down at least the first name. We can always have more and we can vote on it and so on. I think your battery is low. My battery is low? Is there any... Oh! Oh! I am going to have to get a new battery. Yeah, I will be right back. And I have to go and get a new battery. Thank you, Lynn. Hello from the state of Georgia. I will say hello to you from the state of Georgia. I'm just going to go get a new battery. So, there I am again. Just a second, I'm just gonna have to change the battery here. Oh, let's see if we can't... And there we are. Oh. Let's see if that worked. Yes, it seems to have worked. All right. And we can get this a little bit. It seems to be going all right. And I probably need to light up the screen here. And we're back. And I am much lighter than I probably was before. Okay. Hello from the state of Georgia. How are you doing? Hi to all gathered together and basking at present. Thank you so much, the Rural Groom. Welcome to the stream. Yes, in the one we... yes. So the battery is back. Thank you so much, Lynn. That was a good catch. I just sent pictures from the boulders on Instagram. Very good. I will look at those because, of course, we're going to come back to this in another stream, and it's and then I can look at everything meanwhile. A title to consider. Let's see. I'm just going to write down different titles here. I'll do it on a little bit bigger one, and we can vote on them later. The Embrace of the Night's Space. That's a beautiful title. Embrace the Night's Space. So we'll have a little bit of voting rounds and so on for the name, I think. A title to consider, yes. Beautiful rural, yes. So, all right, where were we? How long have we been going? Well, not 2 hours yet. Let's see. So I was doing stars, I think. We have weird stones, we have gold, we have lots of different things here. So I'll go back to stars, and if anyone has any suggestions how to continue, let me know. We have about 20 minutes left. Let's see. And that was very good, Lynn. I have to remember that I always need 2 batteries here. Thankfully, I had one. For the name, I can come up with a crazy world. No, that's good, Lynn. We will write that too. Crazy world. It does describe it well. Crazy world. There we are. All right. I'm just going to plop down stars. Every time we don't have more suggestions, I'm going to add a few more stars. Because I think a painting like this, we can always have a few more stars. This must definitely be the absolutely craziest painting I've ever done. I mean, hands down. We can do a little bit of work on those rings. The rings are of course full of different stones and debris, and we need different colors here. I'm gonna have to watch lots of different space documentaries and figure out different colors and different so as I said, what I wanted to do here as well is these kind of swirls and different you know, the ring, the swirls on Jupiter and so on. So that's something I would like. As I said, every time I don't know what to do if there are no suggestions, I just add on to the things that are already there. Do you have crickets there now? Their sound is really healing, but sadly, no, it's probably much too cold here for crickets. Crickets is always something I associate with vacations, because I only ever knew crickets from abroad. There are none in Norway. Either it's too cold or it's just a geography thing and they haven't gotten here. Because there aren't any in Oslo either, as far as I remember. And I could easily imagine that there are crickets in the world that can live in that kind of temperature. But Norway is a little bit isolated and not everything gets there. But I always remember that background sound of crickets when we were on vacations. I loved that sound. No, here now at night, it's just completely quiet. And in the winter, of course, it's just completely quiet. But there's nothing really much going on here at night. There are nothing is really making sounds. Not many owls or really anything. In Slovakia, yes, I can imagine. It's absolutely a beautiful sound. Although not being used to crickets at night, it is kind of it is really loud. That does have to be said. It is a very loud sound. What I thought, maybe we'll have a little bit of nebulas in between here, meaning just gas clouds. since someone said nebula, and this is a nebula, I'm just going to take the freedom to add a little bit more. And I'm going to add just a strain of a little cloud here. And maybe a dark nebula would be cool. What I'm thinking and hoping that it's going to be possible to kind of merge everything here together and make it kind of harmonious. And I think this is definitely going to be one painting. It's going to take a little bit of work, but we're definitely going to be able to make it into one, as far as is possible, harmonious painting. Which is a really interesting challenge, but I have never, at least recently, as far as I feel, failed at making almost anything that looks chaotic in the beginning look somewhat harmonious in the end. It's usually possible if you just paint long enough at it. So that's going to be a bit of the challenge here, because I think we have most of the big things that are going to be here kind of established. We don't yet know if there are going to be any trees or anything like that. That remains to be seen. We can have quite a lot more stars. This seems to be maybe some kind of a nebula too. I'm already kind of, what I am seeing actually, and I'm just going to do that before anyone stops me, is I'm going to decide that this moon is in its own nebula. That there are kind of clouds around it. Gas clouds around the moon. Because there's already light here in the background. So what I am seeing is that this moon is already in a nebula, that this entire area of space is within a nebula. Maybe this planet is situated within a nebula. It is an incredibly interesting challenge. But that is, I think that would be cool. So what I am going to do here is I'm just going to integrate everything. I think the clouds are a part of the planet, so that's not a part of the nebula. But everything else here, I'm going to integrate into one nebula. Maybe even since I don't know if this is possible, and the universe is enormous, I'm just going to do it. We're going to have several rings here. And maybe we'll even integrate the planet and the rings into a nebula. Maybe it's pulling gas into itself, for instance. We're going to have different stars here interacting with the nebula. And then maybe in the foreground we'll have some dark nebulas that are then some parts of it lit up. So this is an imploding star. And we'll connect those with each other. I'm glad that you guys like it. It's a bit of a risk here, and I just decided on a whim that I like that. I think that is the way to make this all fit together and not be separate parts. And I think basically in space there are very few things that aren't possible. Of course, there are going to be hard rules, but there are so many ways for things to happen, I think. Now, of course, this is enormous and this is very small, and they would not and this looks very much like like a planet. So maybe these aren't connected. Because planets are obviously a lot smaller, but not necessarily. I mean, a white dwarf might be smaller. For instance, if I think Jupiter is not the size of the sun, obviously, but it's a really, really, really big planet. And a white dwarf might be smaller. I don't know. I have to figure these things out. But I'm going to at least visually connect them. Sorry for the challenge. No, it's fun. It's definitely fun. Dark nebula makes it even more mysterious. Yes, I think so. We're definitely going to have a dark nebula. A dark nebula basically means a gas cloud that isn't lit up. So it swallows. So no light comes to us, to our eyes, behind the nebula. And that makes it look dark. So for instance, the star that it's in within it, if there is a star within it, or it's just a gas cloud that just obscures the light. So it's a gas cloud just like the other nebulas, but it isn't lit up. So I'm going to start to make one dark nebula here. And some drifting clouds. If you know the Horsehead Nebula, it kind of has this drifting to it, which I really like. I'm going to make a little bit of that. And let me know if you have any more suggestions here. I'm just going off of what is there, and it's such a rich environment here for my imagination to kind of take hold. And we can make this kind of a part of the dark nebula. So here we have a star that lights it up, and from around it here, it's dark. And this star is just it's far behind, and it doesn't light up anything. I'd love for at least one tree to be there. Yeah, okay. One tree. Let's make a tree. Let's plant a tree. Should it be an alien tree or something we know? Let me know. Let me know if you have any ideas of what the tree could be like. Meanwhile, I will make some tiny little stars. Alien. Very good. Okay, alien tree. What kind of an alien tree? What does the alien tree look like? Trying to figure out what an alien tree could look like. Any ideas of what an alien tree looks like? I just thought it could be a dwarf tree. I'm not entirely sure what that means, Luna. I mean, a small tree. Lynn says alien, so going with a kind of an alien look to the tree. It's just that the earth is so full of different trees, very difficult to make something that looks different than the trees we have on earth. With with claws as branches. Well, we can make it kind of the... Okay, I have an idea. I did see something like that myself. Just gonna make it really dark first. And we can decide on the size of the boulders then. So I'm just gonna plant it here. And So the boulders are really big, I think. So the trees can't be too big. So I'm just going to plant the tree here, and then we have the size. So I think it's a huge open landscape. Well, let's see if it's going to remain open. And the branches are kind of these claws. I have to use my tiny brush here. There it is. A floating tree. No, too far. Too far. No floating trees. Veto. Purple leaves. Purple leaves. That we can do. Luna, if you tell me why it floats and how the mechanism is, I will consider it. But I think veto. I think too far. A unique interwoven lingonberry tree. Dwarf-sized lingonberry. The thing is that I don't know how a lingonberry tree looks. That keeps it small in nature. Describe a lingonberry tree for me. Remember that I live in Norway and I live very far up, so we have like 7, 8 kinds of different trees here, no more. Lingonberry. It sounds semi-familiar. Okay, so we have clawed branches and we are going to add some purple leaves. Good, Luna. We have almost done crazier things here. So I'm just going to take anything you guys are saying seriously. Lingonberry. Interwoven branches. Interwoven. We would probably have to have a tree that's closer to us then. And we could do that if we, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add us a little bit of space like so to get closer, and we can have a bigger tree closer to us here. I think that's going to have to be in the next stream though. Let's see. Something like that, and then we can have a few things that are closer and bigger. Yes, very good, Jennifer. Thank you for that. This is true. Avatar. They did have a kind of a general theory of how that works. It was something about superconductors, I think. Okay. Purple leaves. Every time I think I'm getting close to being able to make this painting harmonious and making sense, I am very, very interested to see how I'm going to make this make sense. Okay, we have purple leaves. Let's see, I'm gonna have to get the chat a little bit away here so that I can see if you guys can see this. I should not try to do too much here. Let's see if this is what I might be able to do. No. Uh-oh. No, not like that. I thought maybe we can zoom in a little bit more. I'm gonna have the lamp in the screen, but just for now. I think that's all right. You can see it a little bit better, I hope. We can experiment with floating this on it. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We'll hold up on the floating thing for now. All right. So we have the purple leaves. We're gonna have to, of course, light that up and everything. But we have a general idea here. And of course we can make lots of trees in the background with purple leaves. I'm just going to make a few of those. Less Erdanziehungskraft of the planet. Thank you. Joachim with the steam. It looks almost missed it over here. Well, I think this is almost only begun, to be honest. I'm going to plop down just a few trees here so that we have an idea of our purple leaf trees in the background. We can make more of those later. I can have some larger trees here in the foreground. I'll have to look up the lingonberry tree. Should we have a different color here? There we are. No idea about the English. I don't know the German one there. Looks even better. Yeah, we should probably have begun this up close before. It's a little bit of a work in progress, all of this. But it's fun. Now it looks much more kind of... it's starting to make, well, sense. It's never going to make, but I'm getting a feel for the painting. I wonder what we're going to do around the Uranus planet. If it should glow, or maybe it should just be something like that, but we need to do something with the surface. Boulders look good. Perhaps a third eye-like thing on the big right one. So a third eye on the big right one here. A third eye. Perhaps a third eye-like thing on the big right one. Do you mean a third eye? So something like this? Oh. We're going to do more work on all of these things. So none of this is finished here. Looks yeah, well, that's probably a good idea. Looks like a Norwegian just won gold in the decathlon. I have no idea what a decathlon is. Is that a running thing? The Norwegians seem to be really good at that. It's probably a running thing. Let's see. I am looking forward to the climbing, actually, but that's I think that's the day after tomorrow. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more of the light from the planets here. Just... oh. Yes, it does look like a face too much for me in the row. Very good. Yeah, it shouldn't be too much of a face. We can actually do a little bit something like this. And we'll remove a little bit of the face thing. And maybe what we can do is we can remove it even more. So something like that. And a few more thingies. There we are. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I am going to go back to add some stars. What was it I said? I wanted to do something about the green planet. I'm just gonna add some really tiny stars to add more depth. What I really want is I want us to be able to look far, far into the painting. I think that'd be nice. Much better. Oh, very good. That's something I really love. I think a lot of times people tell me that paintings are finished, and I still think there's so much work to be done. Because there's usually when it looks finished to people in a painting, that's when the real fun starts. That's when you can really go in and you can do so many interesting things, because that's when you have an idea of the painting, and that's kind of where it begins, not where it ends. So this, I would say we're about halfway into the painting, not near the end, and we're actually at the beginning part of halfway. And it's going to be more and more fun to work on it the further we get along here. Maybe a dark planet further away. Do you mean a black hole? A dark planet. Tell me if you mean a dark hole, or what do you mean with a dark planet? Let me know what you mean by that. So either a dark planet would be a planet that is undergoing an eclipse, or it's a black hole. Not a dark hole, much more dark colored for more depth. Trying to figure out how that would look. A dark planet. Do you mean like a color but somewhat darker so that it's further away? Something like that? So that it's kind of a more planets but a little bit bigger? What is it saying? Movie needs... What is it saying? Movie recognizing has been stopped. Let's see. Okay. This might be the sign that we have to stop the stream, but let's see if I... Maybe it's something like... Because I mean, it still seems to be... Trying to figure out what's going on here. No. Well, I mean, it has a few annoying signs in it, but there's nothing else going on there, so we're just going to leave it for now. Okay, it's gone. There are words over your face. Yes, there were words on my face. It said something strange. No idea what that was. The thing is that there are so many viewers now. I mean, 10 for me in a live stream is a lot. So I kind of don't don't want to stop. I just read that crickets prefer warmer climates and are commonly found in regions with milder winters. That's not here. You must get a good view of the stars in your area, far away from light pollution. Yes, absolutely. The center could be brighter like the Milky Way. Definitely, definitely. So we have a wonderful view here of the stars when it's not in the middle of the summer, of course. Dark planet that is far away. Yeah, we can absolutely do that. Try to see if I have something. The question is, of course, the color. What we could do is, because they are kind of a spread out. What was that? Oh, that was my hand. I'm looking at the viewfinder here. But okay, I think that is very good. Let's have that be the last item that we add. We're gonna add a planet here for depth, and it is going to be, what color is it going to be? Let me know. I am going to start to clean the brushes, and yes, so everyone who's a part of this now, if you tell me your name, I will, let's see here, let's move this out like so. So if you write your name and just write lottery next to it. So the plan is that this painting is going to be a part of a lottery once it's finished and the universe launch is going to come out. So for that weekend when we have the launch, and this and maybe more paintings are going to be finished that we have painted together, we're going to have a lottery. We're going to have your names in here, and I'm going to pull it and I'm going to send it to whoever wins. But I want to do a weighted lottery. So for those of you who are a part of the stream, every time I'm going to put your name in here, which means that if there are 4 streams and you've been part of all 4, you have your name in here 4 times, meaning that it's more likely that you're going to win. So write your name and write lottery. I'm going to put the names up here, and then we're going to put them in the end. If you don't have a particular color in mind, I am just going to choose that we are going to have kind of a little bit of the same, kind of a bluish kind of a color. Lottery Innis, very good. I'm just going to put the, just so we remember the planet, I'm going to have another planet here. And I think we can probably have more smaller planets around. There we are. And that's going to create a little bit more depth. That's absolutely true. So, okay, names for the lottery. Or in the weighted lottery. So, Ines Dunbar. Ines Dunbar. And it's important that I get your name here in YouTube so that I can find you if you're not there when we have the lottery. My name is, Peter Hansson, but I am going to use the rural groom. So it does have to be the YouTube name, so that if, let's say you're not there, I can only find you through your YouTube name. So I'm going to write the rural groom. And that way I can remember you too, which is a good thing, because I only see your names here. The rural groom 4th. You're probably the only rural groom that is going to be in here, but I'm going to write the 4th too, so that we are sure. Maybe there's suddenly another one. Maybe a dark gray so that it fades a little bit the sky. Let's do that too. So I thought maybe we could do, let's see if we have one there, and we'll do another one here. We have 2 planets, and maybe one of them has a little ring or something like that, and we'll make them distinct from each other. Make one glow or something like that. I don't want them to be too similar. Or I'll just make one a little bit bigger than the other one. We can make it a little bit orangey, kind of a little mercury, something like that, and we'll make it a little bit darker, as you said. And these are going to be the last ones, and we can see what we do with this in the next stream. Yes, very good. Now I am going to start to clean my brushes. I think we have your names, most of you. If there are any more names, then let me know. Here are the names, and let's put them in here. So your names are now going to count twice, or at least twice as much. If you're there, of course, the next time. There we are. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. We have made, I think, one of the crazier paintings, and we're going to continue it the next time. And we're going to make everything harmonized together, and I am sure we're going to make a really amazing painting. Maybe we'll have some glowing flowers and so on, but it's been a lot of fun. We went quite nuts here. But yeah, we're going to continue in the next one, and thank you, everyone. Off to Oslo, wonderful. Very good. Thank you all. I'm going to clean the brushes. I'm going to give everyone a chance to say goodbye and good night. We've been here for over 2 hours now. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. I always really enjoy these streams, and everything seemed to have been going all right. No big hiccups. And that definitely makes me want to have many more of these streams. And when everything works like this, it's just a joy to do the streams. Oh, and this is probably the night shift on my phone. Few things that I need to change and figure out, but most of it seems to be going all right. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's been so much fun. Special. Oh, wonderful, Luna. Yeah, have a good night, and I'm so glad that you joined me here. You're very much a great contributor, and it's so nice to have these streams. Thank you, Jennifer. It was so nice to have you here. These names we are going to keep. We're going to have a little bit of voting rounds on these names, and this is definitely going to be 1 or 2 times more. So we have a little bit of time with the painting still. I agree, Jennifer. Okay, goodbye and good night, and hopefully I'll see you in the next